Hello guys, my name is Andrew and today I'll be interviewing Amir, Hassan, Asif, and Ali from Afghanistan. So our first question today we have for Amir, and the question is, do you completely blame yourself for what happened in your childhood despite only have been a pupil with developing morality?
Looking back upon the situation, I do feel an immense amount of blame for what happened with Hassan and I when we were younger. While I understand that I was still evolving as a person, I still took no action to help my brother Hassan. There's no hiding from the fact that I was weak and cowering during my time in Afghanistan. My father was one of the main figures who always saw this side of me. He used to believe that I was not his son, as I resembled no part of being strong, confident, and the outspoken man that he was. These qualities I possess were something that everyone observed and are characteristics that make me hold blame for what happened to Hassan that day. Those features carried on to my future actions as I act selfishly to have Hassan removed from my house by creating a false accusation about him. This further highlighted my weak quality as I was not able to have a conversation with Hassan and talk about that day. I lacked the courage to open with anyone and discuss my problems, and took the cowardly way out of having to suffer my own expense so that I could have some relief and not having to think about that day. So while I may have been a child who had a lot of growing up and learning ahead of myself, these actions and characteristics that I displayed throughout my early childhood are still very poor, and there's no way for me to forget about them. These reasons are why I still take a great amount of blame upon myself. So to answer your question, yes, I still do blame myself for what happened.
Thank you very much for that insightful interpersonal knowledge. So Amir, you always said that your father saw you as weak, but is Baba still someone you look up to despite knowing the motivations behind his strong character?
My father will always be a man that I look up to. I've seen him throughout my entire life helping and providing with others. He has helped people grow their business and has been a key part of this community in Afghanistan. While he may have had his faults, such as his affair with Hassan's mother, he is human, and that is something that I can acknowledge and relate to. Similar to him, I've made mistakes in my life that I've regretted. But through my conversations with Mr. Rahim Khan, I have seen how he has tried to do the right with his past wrongs, and such as create an orphanage for those in need. This shows how Baba was not to sink further in his wrongs, but rather try to repent for them and help the people around him. He has helped support me through my education by making great sacrifices to help me prosper. He has always watched over me and helped me marry the love of my life, Soria, by getting her father's permission for our marriage. So shortly, yes, I do look up to my father and Papa.
All right. Wow, Amir, that was some very, very impactful things you just told us. Thank you for that. Next up, we have Asif. So, Asif, are there any influences from your youth that allowed you to psychologically become who you are today?
One of the influences that helped me shape me into who I am today was the great leaders of our past world. Hitler. I admired people of this nature and found them to be smart in the way that they cleanse their land and take away those people who are not supposed to be there, and only allowing the pure people to be there. This made me believe that making the land of Afghanistan only pure for the Pashtuns and the removal of the Hazara people. This also helped me develop a strong stance of physical dominance to help me achieve this goal. Also, during my time as a captive, I saw that God was on my side as he helped me turn a beat down into strong, positive health outcome through the removal of a kidney stone. This helped me see that vision is correct, and that I was born to help keep people in order, even if it involved violence against others. This was one of the beliefs that helped me join the Taliban and control the people within Afghanistan.
So, Baba, is your son somebody you will always love despite your personal opinions of his shortcomings?
1.
Yes, my son will always be someone I love. He may not be the physically strong man that I was as a kid and a young adult, and he may not have been the same brave and outspoken man I am, but he accumulated talents in other areas. His skill in writing is one that I never completely understood, but it is something he is passionate about and is a topic he has fought me on, showing his strong will to pursue it. The quality of determination is something I can appreciate and be proud of. Also, he always watched out for me during my lowest times, such as when I was becoming adjusted to my new environment in America, and worked my laborious job without the same community I had back in Afghanistan. These qualities are reasons why I will always hold great love and care for my son, even if he is not what I imagined he would be. What a way to show tough love. Now we have Raheem Khan here. So Raheem, why were you compelled to indirectly help Amir in his path to moral reconstruction?
Well, you see, I was one of Amir's father's closest friends. He informed me of every detail of his life, including his darkest moments. And during this time, I had grown close with Amir. I was able to see how Amir's father was able to repent for his sins and work to be a better man. And I felt that Amir should have that same opportunity. I knew that Amir's father would have wanted me to help his son and possibly help him reach out for some closure for his son's own dark moments. I also knew that his son had a lot of problems too, and I saw an opportunity that could help his son, who was in a very poor and dangerous situation. This moment was a chance for everyone to be saved, and gave Amir the chance to grow as a person by facing his past and overcoming his obstacles of being scared and weak. And instead, to rise up to the opportunity to be strong and courageous like his father. Thank you for watching our interview with the characters from Kite Runner. Yeah, they have a dark story, but it's worth telling.
Okay.